Hi there. Thanks for stopping by. In this video, we'll make an assumption that this is a fun experiment to test the theory. If you take any word in English language, count the number of letters in that word, then spell the number and then count the letters in it. As you continue that process, once you hit the number 4, there is no way of getting out of the infinite loop. And in English language, only the number 4 is spelled with the same number of letters as the quantity it represents. The verdict is still out there about this observation. Please note that I am not an expert in these related subjects. Let us try with the word example. Example has 7 letters, and if you spell 7, it has 5 letters. And similarly, if you spell number 5, it has 4 letters. And once you kind of spell number 4, it has 4 letters. Again, the number 4, if spelled, has 4 letters. So if you observe, once we hit number 4, we get into infinite loop. That's it. We are stuck with number 4. We cannot get out of this loop. That's why maybe some people call it as a cosmic number or a black hole number. To test this concept, one could verify it manually or use a programming language like Python, Java, or JavaScript. But in our case, we will try to use Microsoft Power BI, and we will try to use Power Query editor window, and try to do some transformations. And the data which is used is Franz Kafka's Metamorphosis novel. And we have all those transformations which we have done in Power Query. And the whole idea is we wanted to kind of transform the sentences from the novel into meaningful words. And these are the various transformations which we have done. And we have kind of split the column, because in English language, the word boundary is space. We have split the column by word, and we have done all those changes. We have replaced values. We have used a split column function, and we have used the replace values, replacing whatever values which we think have to be replaced. The whole idea is we wanted to make sure that the data is clean and the word is kind of available for us to kind of test the theory of number 4, right? You could always use the text analytics AI functions also based on your needs. But in this case, we are using the transformations in Power Query. And as shown here, we have done all those transformations, and we have lowercase the text, cleaned the text, and as such, right? And we have also created a column, which is we have kind of counted the length of the word by using the length function. And once we have done all those transformations, we are in Power BI desktop table view. And the first 2 columns are result of all the transformations which we have made. And as you can see, there are several calculated columns also. And the num2 word, this is the code, which is pretty simple to understand. We have used a switch statement, and we have added nchar as a first parameter. And we have kind of spelled out the numbers, because in DAX native functions, there is no function which will convert a number into word and also word into number. So that's the reason why we have to create these calculated columns. And based on your word size, you can kind of use the code. You can increase up to 30, 40, or whatever. But in my case, it was 17, so I've used up to 22. We are briefly looking at all the other columns here as shown here. We have created several calculated columns, and it's a pretty simple code. You can pause the video and look at the code. And in our case, I've stopped it nchar 5. And in case if you're using any data, if the words are longer, and you might have to add several more calculated columns. So we have created these calculated columns, and we are done with it. And also I have created certain measures as shown here. This is the first measure, and I just wanted to show some kind of explanations to the user. So I just created these measures, so 5 of them. So it's a pretty simple code. So I just wanted to kind of create a slicer in the report page, and also the matrix, and show those details, right? As shown here, we are in the report view, and like I said, there is a slicer up top. The word is coming from our main table, and there is a matrix below it, and these are the various values which have been passed to the row. And as you can see, these rows, all the other calculated columns which we have created. And also this is the new card visual. So what I've done is for the data, I've added the first measure, what we have already seen. And also I went to the format and I've used the reference labels to this, and I've added all the remaining 4 measures. That way, I thought this will be visually also helpful for the user. If based on this word selection, the matrix will show all the details, but also having this card visual is kind of explaining. It's like additional visual for the user to see the more details. I've done some formatting too. And let us try to, now that we have understood these 3 visuals, let us try to select a word here. Say for example, let us select say able. Able has 4 letters and 4 has 4 letters. So all the details are being shown in the matrix and also in the card visuals, right? So that way it is pretty good. And we have all these words from the novel Metamorphosis by Franz Kafka. We have done some Power Query transformations and we have all these words in the slicer here. And if you select any of these words, as you can see, the theory is checking out. But again, I am not an expert. So the observation is there and it is up to the experts, subject matter experts, to kind of conclude what this is. It could be anomaly, it could be black hole number or whatever. So for us, we are using Power BI to understand the logic and try to learn some concepts. So you can add a search also here to the slicer. So this field, if you enter any word, that word is also shown and you can select those words. You can delete from the search and kind of select any other word also. So it's pretty cool. I thought this is kind of a helpful tool for us. We have understood some transformations, what could be done with the text data. And also we have created some calculated columns and also some measures. And in the report page, we have selected the word and we can see all the explanations too. So thanks for watching and see you in the next video.